Hockey Show, and today we are talking about night number 1 about the NHL's 2023-24 season, and they started us off with a pretty disinteresting night, to be completely honest. A night that started off very, very boring with the Nashville Predators versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. The game, I don't know if I've ever seen a least interesting, unmotivated start to an NHL season ever, and it is a real shame because I feel like this has been like the most anticipated, like the most I've ever seen people like talk about how long the season is. You know, the off season was like, we can't wait for hockey to start. Like, I feel like this is the most hyped up one ever in at least a long time, and it started with a snooze. With a 3-5 loss by the Nashville Predators, Tampa Bay wins the game, but neither team deserved to win this one. The Predators were absolutely horrendous. Absolutely. Just bad. They had no motivation, no oomph. It was the most unpassionate game of hockey I've ever seen. Josi and Barrie are probably the only two good skaters that I saw for the Predators. I feel like Josi was having to take a little bit more responsibility, which made him not as capable as he usually can be. But Barrie looked good as well, but I think once again, kind of the same thing with the team being so like obnoxiously bad offensively and having the puck, that a guy like Tyson Barrie, who's known as a offensive defenseman, had to play good defense, and it really shined. So those two good skaters, Saros tried his best. He looked okay. He didn't look anything. He did good. Saros, Josi, Barrie, the only people I can highlight from the Predators. Everyone else was just nothing. I mean, sure, guys like Ryan O'Reilly got a goal, but it doesn't matter. Just not good. For Tampa Bay, 2 goals for both Kucherov and 2 goals for Nick Paul, as well as an assist. Nick Paul and Kucherov, big games for them to start the season. 3-assist night for Braden Point. And overall, the Lightning looked definitely better than the Predators overall. I mean, obviously, they won 5-3, but they, once again, like, I do not have a lot of hope for this team this season. For me, the Lightning are a team that might struggle getting in the playoffs, especially with their goaltending issues. But for right now, it doesn't look that bad. Johansson did not look scary in net. I was never worried about for the Lightning when it came to him. And especially since, like, their defense is just so freaking good. Like, it's kind of hard to worry about Tampa Bay's defense. And for them, it didn't really show. Like, Johansson looked fine. He looked solid at times. And I feel like it's mainly because he was never left that out to dry against the Predators. So for me, Tampa Bay, I think for goaltending, they might have to play better defense and sacrifice some offense. But overall, right now, they're doing okay, but neither team looked that good. Both teams need to step it up. Next up, Connor Bedard's intro to the NHL. Welcome to the league. The brand new superstar records 1 assist, and it was the first goal of the team's season, and it was a good one. I liked the play that they made. It's just a kind of dirty goal for Ryan Donato to get, but still an assist for Connor Bedard on the board. 4-2 win for the Chicago Blackhawks against Pittsburgh. Once again, Pittsburgh just cannot seem to win against the Chicago Blackhawks. But that's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing for me is that this game is kind of showing exactly what is wrong with the Pittsburgh Penguins. This team is not good. They are not bad. They are right in the middle. Because sure, they might have some high-reaching top players with Carlson and Letang and Crosby and Malkin and Jake Gensel, right? But after that, it's the same thing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Not this season, but like their thing for the last few years is they have, sure, like 5 guys, incredible. But everything after that is just not good enough. And for me, it's the same story here with the Penguins, but even less and watered down. Like, Crosby isn't the same Crosby. This isn't the same Malkin. This isn't, Gensel's still pretty good. But this team just isn't capable enough to just be superstars. And the team, like Carlson, he still looked in form. He had that little like sidestep type thing that he faked out the one guy on the blue line. That was good, but didn't really light up anything. this game. Crosby, Malkin, like just the depth of the Penguins just really wasn't showing. But also, they were robbed by Peter Mrazek. Peter Mrazek had a hell of a game. The rookies for Chicago, Bedard, Korchinski. I know Vlasic isn't really a rookie, but he's still, to me, he is. Vlasic looked good. Reichel looked good. All the players that you want to see Chicago doing good. Taylor Hall as well, I think looked great for them. And this team is still going to suck, and the Penguins are still going to be playing for the playoffs. But this game kind of showed, like, for Chicago, like, hey, this is exciting. Bedard got so close to scoring a couple of times. He ripped a great shot at one point. He almost buried a rebound after one of the plays, which then resulted with the puck being loose, and they blew the whistle too early. But isn't that just like the Pittsburgh Penguins referees to do that? Remember that from Nashville? And also, Bedard looked kind of worried in the beginning. He, like, stumbled twice, and that was kind of strange. And he also just completely lost the draw on the face-off, so that was kind of hilarious, too. But he looked good. He looked very fast. He looked competitive, and he definitely did look nervous. He did look... He did look like he wasn't quite well adjusted to the league yet. And it makes sense. He's not a guy... he's not like some 6'2", like Nathan McKinnon, you know, where his, like, body's there, he can fight back, you know? He's 5'10", I think. Like, he's playing against guys like Malkin, you know? Like, they're bigger guys. They're going to be harder to knock off the puck. So, he looked kind of worrisome in the whole bucket thing with that was cool. That was cool that they allowed Korchinski and Bedard to do that at the beginning. So, overall, fun game to watch. Easily the best one of them so far. And for Pittsburgh, it just spells like this team isn't good enough. In Chicago, it's exciting. They are exciting to see what they could do. And then finally, to end the night, the 4-1 win for the defending Stanley Cup champions after those amazing rings that they showed. Had a spectacular... I really liked it. The banner raising was a little bit... I like the banner. The banner is easily the best looking one I've ever seen in the NHL. Like, it actually is, like, designed and, like, has, like, a real picture. I feel like no other team really does that. It's kind of like that, like, cartoon, like, Stanley Cup on there with, like, the stripes of the team. But I liked the two gold things on the side with the Stanley Cup in the middle. The whole slot machine thing was cool. Overall, the ceremony was cool. I like that Stone came out with it through the head. That was really cool. So Vegas overall, great presentation like they always do. They go in, they win the game, and it's a game that could have easily gone either way. Sure, they won this one 4-1, but this one could have just as been easily as 1-1 and went to overtime. Or it could have been 4-4, go to overtime. Because Seattle was robbed. Adin Hill was on fire. He looked incredible. He was letting nothing past him. And for Seattle, I mean, it really started right off the bat where they just struggled. I mean, they literally basically scored an own goal. Chris Tanev's goal against himself was bizarre. I get the idea you want to make the play, you throw the puck behind the net, but it was just like a weird circumstance to do it in, and especially since, like, Marchessault was there, which means he knew he was there, that's why he threw the puck. But then wouldn't you want to try to clear it up the boards instead of behind the play? Because Marchessault would be the man there. I think overall it was just a bad... Like, this isn't a play where there's an excuse. I think it's just he messed up. He made the wrong play by trying to do that, and he got them to score themselves. And I feel like Vegas, one thing that they're just incredible at is once the momentum starts going for them, they're one of the teams that always capitalizes. They always... when there's an opening to punch, they are going to stab. And like the Barbashev breakaway, right? Like he gets down the ice, he's got all the speed in the world. He does not let anything get past him. He doesn't try to do any sort of dangle, just bam, right in the back of the net. And for the other goals as well, like it's just the Vegas just killed them, you know? Like it was just an easy win. And Adin Hill stood on his head. Grubauer didn't really do anything ever that spectacular. He kind of looked shaky at times. And overall, Vegas' win, they deserved it. But Vegas deserved a win. Seattle's players, they just don't have that killer instinct. They just don't have it. Like Beniers isn't there yet. Shane Wright isn't. Guys like Tolvanen aren't there really. Burakovsky. They just don't really have that guy to grab the bull by the horns and just shove the puck in the back of the net no matter what happens. They just don't have Like, they just never turned the momentum in their favor. It was always going for Vegas the whole game. And at times, sure, like they had the puck in the offensive zone, almost had a chance, but always the momentum was going for Vegas, and they win the game. And so far, undefeated is the Lightning, the Blackhawks, and the Golden Knights, and that is all I gotta say. So thank you for watching this. If you made it this far, please, I'm begging you, pick up your free subscription. And until next time, too sweet, have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.